meadows. Look, there, I see the tomb of my mother, thunderstruck Semele, and her ruined house still smoking with the live flame of Zeus. I'm glad my grandfather Cadmus named this place sacred. I'm glad he keeps it clean. I myself planted it all round with vines in the clear key of green. The story so far. I crossed Lydia, Bactria, Media, Arabia, and the whole coastland of Asia to come here to this Greek city to make myself known. My rituals, my dances, my, how do you say, live wire self, huh? I am something supernatural. Not exactly God, ghost, spirit, principle, or element. In Greece, they say daemon. Can we just use that? So, I set all of Asia dancing, and then I came here first of all the cities of Greece. I came to thrill you, thieves. And don't doubt that I will. Here's what you'll need. Fawn skin, thyrsos, absolute submission. My mother's sisters, they failed to understand this. They've been going around saying that Dionysus was not born of Zeus. Cadmus just made that up after Semele slept with a perfectly ordinary person. It was wrong of them to say such things. So I have stung them from their homes, and they are gone mad upon the mountains. The whole bursting female seed pod of Thebes has gone mad. I've put them in Dionysian uniform, where they sit beneath pine trees, staring at their own green hands. So they will learn. So Thebes must learn to call me son of Zeus, and to call me Daemon. Now, Thebes has a new leader. He's Cadmus's grandson. Cadmus appointed him. His name is Pentheus. That is Pentheus. And this man is against me. He does not acknowledge me in libation or in prayer, but I am a god. And I will show him and all of his Thebans. And then I'll be on my way to another land in visible triumph. But if Thebes comes forth in anger to drive my Bacchic women from the mountains, then I will lead them as an army into battle. And that, my friends, is why I've changed to mortal form. How do I look? Convincingly human. My dear women, my cadre, my sisterhood, you who left your distant lives to travel all the way from Lydia with me. Lift high your tambourines, bang loud your drums, surround Pentheus' house with noise, and let that city see you. I will go to Mount Citharon and get them dancing there.
From Asia I come, from Tibolos I hasten, to this garden that I love, this love that I live. I shall make the simplest sentences load with his name, calling out Bacchus, Bacchus, Bacchus. Honoring the mother, the mysteries of his thyrsos, his ivy, his submission to the god. Come, back I come, bring Bromios down from the mountains of Phrygia into the wide dancing streets of Greece. Black and quiet, I sing Dionysus.
the moment of his birth, when Zeus's lightning bolt blew her apart, and then Zeus then slowly took her into his own sky, secret and safe, until the appointed time.
Then he was born a god, with thorns on his head and snakes in his hair. Let the land of Thebes sing Dionysus. The mountains, the mountains, to the mountains where the mob of women wait. Oh, please, darling, don't tell me at all, but please there is. That's why the Bacchae Rain is brave and wild made. Save their shackles, they've left their
Hope and
from their stations on the mountains of Bacchae. Do you hear that pounding? Do you hear the kettle drum? Corb has invented to mingle with the sweet voice of the flutes, and they gave it to the mother, who gave it to the satyrs, who gave it to us. We danced to a drum beat, adored our God.
You at the gates! Call Cadmus out! Go on! Tell him Tiresias is here! He'll know why. We have an agreement, one old man with another, to try out this Dionysian business together. Fawn skin, versos, garlands in the hair, the complete regalia.
I knew it was you, my old wise friend. Where's your boy? Look, I've got my gear on too. The costume of the gods. Now, before the king, don't Dionysus every way he can. He's my daughter's son, after all. I'm ready to dance or trance or toss our white heads or whatever else may happen. You lead the way, Tiresias. You're the wise one. I'm merely enthusiastic. Isn't it fun to isn't it fun to forget our old age?
Yes, well, what is it they say? You're as young as you feel.
We must get to the mountain. Shall we call a cab?
That doesn't sound very Dionysian.
Good point. Let's walk. We can lean on each other.
The god will guide us. It won't be hard.
Are we the only ones in the city going?
The only ones who have any sense.
Oh, no time for delay then. Here,
take my hand. Oh, yes. Here we go. Arm in arm.
I don't believe in despising the gods. A mere human myself.
And I don't believe in philosophizing about it. We know he's a daemon. We know there are certain traditions pertaining to that. Traditions as old as time. Why analyze further? What wisdom is in it? Will they say I look silly dancing around with ivy in my hair? Well, yes, but so what? Dionysus doesn't specify that his worshippers be young or old. He wants reverence from all.
You can't see this, Tiresias, but here's Pentheus coming. And he's got a wild look. I wonder what's got into him.
I was out of the country. Yet, I kept hearing rumors. Rumors of trouble in our city. Women leaving home. A fake Bacchic revel deep in the mountains. Women gone mad for someone they call Dionysus. Whoever that is. They say daemon, followed by a nervous hush. There's lots of wine involved and creeping off into corners with men. Meanwhile, they call themselves a prayer group? Obviously, it's just sex. People are talking of this Lydian stranger hanging around too. A sort of magician, huckster. He's a swoony type, long hair, bedroom eyes, cheeks like wine. He mingles with the young girls night and day, claiming to show them his mystic thing. Claiming that this Dionysus, this son of a god, he was sewn up in the thigh of Zeus. It's awful nonsense. The fact is, he was burned to bits along with his mother for naming Zeus her paramour. How about I investigate this guy, whoever he is? How about I curtail his mystic thing? Here's another wonder. Tiresias in thorn skins. And you, grandfather, I am sorry, but you look like a lampshade. Take off that ivy. Is this your idea, Tiresias, Joining the Bacchic bandwagon in hopes of a few extra commissions, are we? All this demonic nonsense is right up your alley, isn't it? You're lucky you're old and harmless, or I'd throw you in jail with the rest of them. You old duffers, don't you smell something off? Women and wine? A toxic combination. Demonic my foot.
Might be a good idea, if it's not too much bother, to show more respect to your old grandfather. Not to mention the gods.
You're bold and loud and glib, Pentheus. You should have been a lawyer. But you totally lack common sense. This new invented daemon you laugh at, take my word for it, he is not one to laugh at. He is going to be big. Here's my view. Two things we mortals need to make life livable. Demeter, on the one hand, grows all the food we eat on Earth. She is the dry element. Dionysus, the wet element, gives us drink. He showed us how to press liquor from grapes. Wine is an escape from grief, a slip into sleep, a cool forgetting of the hot pains of day. What better cure for being human? And when we make libation to the gods, we pour the god of wine himself. It's how we pray. Yet this is the divinity you want to laugh at? Why? Because of some legend that Zeus sewed him up in his thigh with golden stitches? I'll tell you what that means. It's just a random homonym. Zeus's guilt over his dalliance with Semele was understood by simple minds as gilt-edged stitches. People do this kind of thing with stories all the time. They hear what they want to hear. It doesn't make the facts any less true. The fact is, this Damon is a prophet, and you should by no means slight him. Yes, Bacchic states of mind are laced with prophecy. When the god enters your body, you're suddenly speaking the future. He plays a vital part in warfare too. That shock of fear that runs right through an army before battle. That shock is Dionysus. Or that flash across the peaks of Delphi, tossing like a great wild spark from crag to crag with a pine torch in each hand. That's him. But you, Pentheus, you put too much emphasis on forcing your way. Do you really think violence is the only way to influence people? Think again. Accept this god, pour his wine, dance his dances, say yes. Dionysus does not compel women to go mad for sex. No. Their own natures determine that. Pure at heart is pure in life. But admit this. You love it when people throng your gates and call your name. He loves it too. He wants respect. That's all. So go ahead. Ridicule Cadmus and me, dressed up in our ivy and tossing our old white heads. We intend to dance for Dionysus. Yes, it's the right thing to do. You must be out of your mind to go to war with a god like this.
Good speech, old man! You've kept your Apollonian poise and made the right noise for Dionysus, an important god.
Tiresias gives good advice, my boy. Come in with us. Don't put yourself outside the law. You're overexcited. Your thoughts are all over the place. Okay, but just suppose for a moment this fellow is no god. Why not say he is anyway? It's a noble lie. And think what it does for the eminence of our family is called Semele, the mother of a god. Oh, and don't forget your poor cousin Actaeon, ripped apart by his own hunting dogs. He prided himself better than Artemis at hunting. Watch out for pride. Hey, come in with us, my dear boy. Honor the god. Here, let me read your head with this bit of ivy.
No, don't touch me. Go play your Bacchic burlesque somewhere else. Don't wipe it off on me. As for Professor Tiresias here, your intellectual guide in this folly, get his due. Go to Tiresias' little outpost and bulldoze it. Throw his prophetic paraphernalia to the wind. Teach him. Then, go street to street. Find me this girl-faced stranger. Bring him here. His stink is on our beds and on our women. I'll be stoned to death. A bitter Theban aftertaste for his Dionysian dabbling.
Pentheus! I worry about you, I really do. You were always hot-headed. Now you're sounding unhinged. Cadmus, we'd better get going. We should offer a special prayer to the god on behalf of this man, though he won't thank us, and on behalf of the city of Thebes. The god might do something radical otherwise. Come on, gather up your ivy. We'll keep each other upright, shall we? Would be a bit embarrassing to see the two old Bacchae go tumbling in the dust, end over appetite. But so be it. Dionysus is God. Our task is to serve him.
Holiness is a word.
Just be careful of that grandson, Cadmus.
A word I love to hear.
You bring remorse to your house.
It sounds like wings to me.
I'm not speaking prophetically. These are facts.
Like wings to me.
One who speaks folly is a fool.
Wings brushing the world, raising my life. Holiness is a word I love to hear. This has a harsh sound, a negative sound. The negative person defends against rejoicing, against laughter, against truth. Not to mention the drugs and gladness of grapes and wine. Unsaved, his tongue is unbridled, his easily reckless, his head may be hot and hard. A life of quiet discretion, still as a summer day, hold the house together. Cleverness is not wisdom. Up in the sky live the gods who never die, but they watch us, they watch us, far up in the sky. They watch how far we press our limits, the gods who never die. There is a morning star, there is an evening star, don't press too far. Oh, Damon, oh, Bible, by the laws of desire, where we can stand you and dance you and dance you and dance you and never tire. Our God loves festivity, He loves serenity, whether you're high or low, rich or sinful. Dionysus will fill your soul with peace, with peace, with peace. It's your life, night and day, free, oh free. Dionysus is gift, free, oh free. Say no and he will hate you. Choose this practice most do. Most people do. I too. Here we are, Pentheus, and here is your quarry. We hunted him down. He told us he was wild, yet we found him tame. Didn't panic or run for it, didn't turn pale. Simply held out his hands and said, "All right, tie me up." I was embarrassed. "Sorry, stranger," I said. "Pentheus's orders." And here's another thing. Those Bacchae women, the ones you arrested and locked up in jail, they've all gone free. They ran out to the mountains, singing and dancing, calling the name of their god. The fetters simply fell off their feet. The doors swung open by no human agency. This man has come to Thebes full of miracles, hasn't he? Your problem now.
Release his hands. He's in my net, he won't escape. Well, stranger. You're not bad looking. I mean, obvious why you appeal to women. And that is your main demographic here in Thebes, am I right? That long hair, I can see you're no wrestler. Indoor man, am I right? Like to keep your skin white, out of the daylight, soft to the touch. Whose touch is it you dream of in those long afternoons, those dim-lit back bedrooms? No! First, who are you? Where are you from?
That is easy. You've heard of the flowery hills of Tmolus, I'm sure.
Yes, I have. The hills around Sardis.
That is where I'm from. Lydia, my homeland.
And this mystery religion of yours, where's that from?
From Dionysus, son of Zeus.
You have some Zeus who just plucks new gods out of the air, do you?
The same Zeus who plucked one out of Semele, right here in Thebes.
Did he come to you in your dreams or in your waking hours?
What was that, Pentheus? There's a plane. Speak nice and loud.
This daemon of yours, did he come to you in your dreams or your waking hours?
My eyes were wide open. He teaches the mysteries personally.
These mysteries of yours, but what form do they take?
That is a secret. It is not for the uninitiated.
Okay, so for the initiated, do they do some good?
Pentheus, you cannot know that. But it is worth knowing.
Aren't you a shrewd manager of data? Pricking my curiosity, am I right?
The mysteries are serious, and they hate a trivializer.
You say you saw this god face to face, right? What did he look like?
However he liked. I don't control that.
You're cagey. You keep deflecting my questions.
Good answers are wasted on a fool.
Are we the first place you brought your new daemon?
Oh no, people are dancing for Dionysus pretty much everywhere else.
Yes, well, foreigners all lack sense compared to
Oh,
the
there's
Greeks.
more than one kind of sense. It's true. They enjoy different customs.
These mysteries of yours, are they performed at night or in the day?
Mostly at night. Darkness is serious.
Yes, it is. Seriously corrupting for women.
Can't corruption be found in the daylight too?
Stop being clever. There's penalty for that.
Stop being superficial. You slight the god.
I can't believe your arrogance. You casuistical Bacchic little show-off.
And there's a penalty for that. What? Scare me.
First thing would be a crew cut.
But my hair is holy. I grew it for the god.
And hand over that stupid verse.
Here, take it. It belongs to Dionysus.
Then I'll throw you in jail.
The god will let me out.
Sure. Whenever you call him, I suppose.
He is already here. Now,
Where? I don't see any god.
right where I am. You don't see because you aren't serious.
Seize this man. He mocks me. He mocks thee.
I warn you, don't do it.
I give the orders here.
Oh, you don't know what your life is, nor what you are doing, nor who you are.
I am Pentheus, son of Agave, son of Eshin.
That is the saddest name I've ever heard.
Go! Yeah, see, lock him in the stables. And commune with his serious darkness in there. Teach the horses to dance. And these women of yours, these cymbal bangers and drum thumpers, I'll sell them to slavery or put them to work in my looms.
I'm going. But you cannot make me suffer what I am not destined to suffer. And for your insults,
You will have to answer to Dionysus, whom you say does not exist. But in imprisoning us, you wrong him.
Himself against the gods, and soon he'll have me in his prison. I who belong to Romeo's. Already my comrade is locked up in the dark. Do you see this, Dionysus? Do you see how passionately our prophets struggle? Lord, come down from Olympus! Take your circles and crush the hubris of this wrong-minded man! Dionysus, where are you? Roving the mountain. Blessed Pierre, Dionysus, one day yet, one day yet. Leading his Bacchae, river by river, he will cross the Axios, a speedy river.
He will cross the Lydius, a river whose waters, so I have heard, makes the grounds rich and the horses sleek. One day yet, one day yet.
Oh, Bacchae! Oh, Bacchae! Hear me! Hear my voice!
Where is it? From where comes this Dionysus voice?
I call again! I, son of Semele, son of Zeus!
Ayo! Master! Master! Come to us! Romeo's! Romeo's!
Spirit of earthquake! Shake the floor of the world!
Aye, soon Pentheus' house will be broken apart. The god is all through the house. Worship him, yes, but look, the stones are sliding off the roof. Listen, Dionysus lifts his cry inside the house.
Like this flame, make Pentheus' house a conflagration!
Oh, Bacchae! Those flames over Salome's tomb! Throw yourself to the ground, or king will set the house upside down!
Okay, ladies, up we get. No more crouching, no more sobbing.
A wild, sweet light of your voice is in you. Oh, what great joy to see you. I was so lonely.
You lost heart when you saw me go into the great dark interior.
Of course I did. You are my only shelter. How did you escape?
Easily.
But they tied your hands with ropes.
Oh, well, between you and me, I had a bit of fun with him and his ropes. He thought he had tied me up, you see, but he hadn't laid a hand on me. He got a hold of some bull that was stabled there. Some poor creature trying to eat its dinner! That is where those ropes went, and he wrapped that bull from stem to stern. It was hard work. He was panting and sweating and biting his lip. I sat by and I watched quietly. But it was then that Pentheus realized I might escape. And Bacchus, he shook the house and he lit up a flame on Semele's tomb. Pentheus, he panicked. He started running around, shouting for buckets of water. Get every servant to work. Total waste of time. He threw down his bucket and he ran inside, thinking I might escape. So he ran in, but Bromios, and this is just one man's opinion, Bromios, he fashioned a simulacrum of, and Pentheus, he leapt upon it, slashing the air, slaughtering me. But Bromios added injury to insult. He did bring down the house. He dashed it, he smashed it, he disarticulated it to bits. So much for trying to put me in jail. That great warrior, he sank to the ground, exhausted. Man against God. It never works. I made my exit peacefully. No idea where he is now, but oh, here comes someone. I bet it's him. I wonder what he will say. Well, no matter how hot he blows, I will remain my simple, smiling self. A wise man is a well-tempered man. Ghastly day! A stranger escaped me! I secured him with stout. Welcome, man! What's going on? How did you get out here? Take a deep breath, Pentheus. In through the nose, out through the mouth.
What about the ropes? The knots! I tied you up myself!
I thought I said someone would release me.
Oh, someone? Like who?
Oh, the one who bestows grapes and vines and wines on humankind.
Yes, that welcome contribution to society.
You don't approve?
Lock the doors! Bar the gates! Close the city down!
Why bother? Doors don't stop gods.
Would you stop being so wise? Where does it get you?
I can't do it, Pentheus. Wisdom is my nature. But where does it get me? We'll see. Here comes a man who's down from the mountains with special news. You should listen to him. I'll wait.
I've come from Mount Ziggurat, where the peaks are all red, wide with snow.
Important news.
Those Bacchae, those hysterical women, I've seen them. The ones who went flying from their houses barefoot. I need to tell you the strange things they're doing. Beyond strange. Can I speak freely? I'm nervous of your quick temper, sir. Your kingly sensitivity.
Yes, of course. Speak freely. It wouldn't be right to punish an honest fellow, now would it? But the stranger your reports of Bacchic doings, the more I'll punish that fellow who indoctrinated them to this whole dubious Dionysian business.
Well, so, we were driving our cattle uphill to pasture. It was just at sunrise when I noticed 3 groups of those women. 3 circles. One with Autonoli, another surrounding Agave, your mother, and a third with Ino, lying fast asleep. They were all so still. Some had leaned their backs against the palm trees. Some had pillows made of piles of leaves, combed as buttons shuffling and mooing. Your mother starts awake, yells that yell of hers to rouse the Bacchae. And they spring straight up, rubbing the sleep from their eyes, yet somehow instantly organized. Young women, old ones, girls unwed, they shook out their hair and fastened their fawn skins with snakes that slid up to lick their cheeks. Some new mothers who left their babies at home, cradled wolf cubs or deer in their arms and suckled them, while others were wreathing their heads with ivy, oak, and bryony. One took a thyrsos and struck a rock. Ka-cha! Clear water gushed out. One pierced the ground to make wide flow. Woo! Gift of the gods. Those that desired it scratched the ground and got white milk, while from many a thyrsos, sweet honey was dripping. Oh! If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen what I saw, you'd be offering prayers to this God you denounce. So we gathered together, we cowherds and shepherds, to discuss these are goings on. And up gets one of the drovers who knew how to talk. You mountain men, he addresses us. Why don't we go hunt down a dog, pluck Theseus' mother from her Bacchic revels, and do a favor for the king? It seemed like a good idea. We set ourselves in ambush there in the thickets. At a certain moment, the women began to whirl and stamp and call out, "Echoes! Bromios! Son of Zeus!" until the entire mountain streamed with sound and every animal went racing. Oh, no part of the place was not in motion. As it happened, a dog whirled past me. I leapt at her. She screamed, "Oh, my running dogs! Oh, my swift hounds! Men are hunting us down! Follow me now! That thyrsos in your hand is a weapon! Use it!" We fled. They would have torn us limb from limb. They did attack our herds. You could have seen a woman pull a calf to pieces as it fell on the lawn in her bare hands. Others were ripping apart full-grown heifers. They were ribs and hooves scattered up and down, chunks of flesh dripping from palm trees, blood everywhere. Proud, angry bulls stumbled under the hands of girls who clawed the meat off of them quicker than you could wink your royal eye. Then, all of a sudden, they took off like a flock of birds to the fields below, along the river, beneath Citharon. 2 villages there. The women fell upon them like a ransacking army, tore the place to shreds, stole the children from their houses, and carried off all the plunder they could pile on their shoulders without dropping a thing. And you know, their hair was on fire, yet it didn't burn. So the villagers got angry, and there was a sight right terrible to see, for their sharpened weapons drew no blood at all, while those of the women, you know, a thyrsos can make quite a wound. So the men fled. Some god engineered the whole thing is my guess. Anyway, the women went back up on the hill where they started to fountains made by their god. They washed their hands and let the snakes lick the blood from their cheeks. Whoever this Damon is, sir, welcome him to Thebes. People say he's important, extremely important. Well, they say he gave the gift of wine to men. Why? Without wine, we've no freedom from pain. Without wine, there's no sex. Without sex,
Bacchic insanity is catching like wildfire. It's a disgrace. People will look at us and they will laugh. Go into the city. Call out every man who can carry a shield, ride a horse, hurl a spear, or fit an arrow to a bowstring. We are going to make war on the Bacchae. It's beyond endurance to suffer all this at the hands of women.
You are the type of person who listens, yet you do not hear. You've used me badly, yet I warn you, do not take up arms against a god. Stay quiet. Bromios will not endure you driving his women from the mountains.
No! No, you don't get to lecture me. You escape prison, be happy with that. Or shall I throw you back in jail?
If I were you, I would give worship to this god rather than rage at him. Mortal against God.
Worship. Worship? No, that's a good idea. I'll worship a big bloody pile of Bacchic women.
No, in fact, they'll make you turn and run. Those women with their homemade weapons, they will shame you.
Why am I entangled in this hopeless conversation? The fellow never stops talking.
Okay, come on. There's still a way to make things right.
How? Submit to my inferiors.
I will bring the women here myself. No weapons.
No. No, this is some trick, a plan or a stratagem. I don't trust you.
Why not? My plan is simply to save you.
No, you dreamed this all up in collaboration with those women, so they can keep carousing up there forever.
Well, in collaboration with a god, anyway.
Bring me my sword. I will make you stop talking.
Then, how about this? Would you like to see what those women are up to on that mountain?
Oh, I'd give anything for that.
You're suddenly avid. Can you say why?
No, of course it would pain me to see women gone mad with drink.
But a pain mixed with pleasure, perhaps.
Exactly. No, I'd just sit quiet by a pine tree.
Hiding? But if you hide, they'll smell you out.
Good point. So I'll stay in the open then.
All right. Are you ready? Let's go.
Ready? Let's not waste another minute.
First, you must put on women's clothes.
What? Change myself to a woman? Why?
If they see a man there, you're dead.
Another good point. You're sharp.
Dionysus taught me everything I know.
So, how would we go about doing this then?
I would come into the house and dress you myself.
No, dress me as a woman? I'm too embarrassed.
Lost your appetite? No more spying on Maenads?
What kind of dress did you have in mind?
First, I would give you long, flowing hair.
Then what? Jewelry?
And then a dress down to your ankles and a binding for your hair.
Anything else?
A fawn skin and a thyrsus, of course.
No. Dress myself as a woman? No.
Well, if you simply march up that mountain and make war on them, you will cause a bloodbath.
True. I would need to reconnoiter first.
Now you're thinking. No point hunting trouble with trouble, is there?
But how will I go through town unseen?
I know a back way.
All right, but the important thing is that those women must not laugh at me. Let's go in the house. I'll decide what to do.
Fine. Whatever you choose.
Either make war on them or listen to you.
Ladies, this man is in the net. He's on his way to the Bacchae, where he will pay the ultimate price. Dionysus! You are close to us now. You are very close. It is time to punish Pentheus. First, craze his brain. Send a scamper of madness into it. Otherwise, he'll never put on women's clothes. And given the way he threatened me, I would like to see him made mock of, paraded through town in all his ridiculous female finery. So, I will go rig him up and put him in his dress. In that dress, he will wear to Hades after his mother slaughters him with her own hands. And he will come to know Dionysus, son of Zeus, true and consummate God, God of the intensities of terror, God of the gentlest human peace.
When shall I set my foot in the all-night dances? When shall I lift my throat to the dewy air? On the sky, marking in the joy of the meadow, overjoyed at the absence of men. She wrote 3
that you should not see? Still hungry for mischief? Come on out and show me your Bacchic getup, your Maenad suit, your costume for spying on women. You look like one of Cadmus's daughters.
You know, it's like I see two suns. In a double cube, each with all its 7 gates. You look like a bull leading me in procession. Got horns growing out of your head. Perhaps you're an animal all the time, but you're certainly a bull at the moment.
Pentheus, the god is with us now. He's on our side. You are seeing as you ought to see.
How do I look? Is this the way that Ino stands, or Agave, my mother?
Oh, it's as if I'm seeing them in person. But with this bit of hair here, I had it tucked under, did I not?
Yes, I was throwing my head back and forth like a Maenad inside the house.
Hold still, I'll redo it. I'm here to serve you. Lovely.
I am in your hands.
Oh, and your belt is loose. Your pleats are uneven. The hem is slipping down around your ankles.
No, I don't. It's possibly on this side, but I thought it was fine as far as I could tell.
You will consider me your best friend, I'm sure, when you see how sober and sensible the Bacchae are. It is not what you'd expect.
Do I take the thyrsos in my right hand like this to look really Bacchic?
Right hand, lifted in time with your right foot. I am so glad that you had a change of heart.
You know, I feel like I could lift all of Mount Cithron on my bare shoulders. Bacchic women and all, am I right?
No problem. Your whole attitude before was unsound, but not anymore.
Should I take a crowbar or just put my shoulder under the mountain and shove?
Be careful, though. You mustn't do damage to the temple of the nymphs, or the place where Pan plays his pipes.
Of course. Good points. Luke's strength is out. Doesn't work on women anyhow. I'll sit by the pines.
Yes, you will hide in the hiding place a man should have who comes to spy on the Bacchae.
You know, I can almost see them now in my mind's eye. Those little birds in the bracken, all tangled up in sex.
Well, that's your mission, right? Catch them at it, unless you're caught first.
Now take me through the middle of the city. I'm the only man bold enough to do this.
Yes, you alone bear this on behalf of Thebes. I'm leading you on a great contest, to the contest of your destiny. Follow me, Pentheus. I am your guide and savior. Someone else will bring you home.
Oh, my mother.
Oh, you'll be conspicuous to all.
Well, that is my hope.
You'll be carried aloft
A luxury.
in the arms of your mother.
Now you're just spoiling me.
Indeed I am.
But I deserve it.
You are an amazing, strange man. And amazing, strange experiences await you. Your celebrity will reach high heaven. Open your arms, Agave. Open your arms, daughters of Cadmus. I am leading this young man to his ultimate performance. And who will win? I will win. Bromios and I. And as for the rest, soon enough obvious.
where the daughters of Cadmus are dead. Stake them and drive them. By the first, his mother will smart him, ducking and dodging, and she will call out to her maidens. Who is the son of Bacchae come to hunt us from peak to peak? Who gave birth to him? Surely no woman, his mother must be some lion, some Gorgon. Into the throat of the ungodly, unlawful, unrighteous, earthborn son of Bethlehem, let justice sink her sword. His judgment is wrong, his anger chaotic, his arrogance out of control. But death will discipline him. Death takes no excuses. That we are forced. Helps us live without myself. I've no interest in wisdom. I hunt another quarry by day, by night, by day. The great clear joy of living pure and reverently, rejecting injustice and honoring God. Show yourself Bacchos. Be a bull! Be a snake! Be a lion! Be manifest into the throat of the ungodly, unlawful, unrighteous, earthborn son of Eshen, let justice sink her sword. No! This house was fortunate once, founded by Cadmus, who sowed an earthborn crop from dragon seed. How I grieve for you, though I am but a slave, still I grieve for you. What is it? Who's the Bacchae? Pythias is dead. Son of Eshen. Oh, Bromios, you reveal to our mind and judgment a great God! I beg your pardon. What are you saying, you women? Rejoice as my master's downfall. We are foreign! We sing a foreign song of joy! No more covering! No more prison! Yes, you think thieves has no men left to govern you? Dionysus, not thieves, is my government! Understood, ladies, but to gloat over others' misfortune is not decent! How did she die? I want to know the details! He was an unjust man, a thoroughly unjust man! Thoroughly unjust man! We had left behind the outskirts of Thebes, River Asapo, headed for Mount Cithaeron. It was Pentheus in front, me following, and a stranger who offered to act as our guide. We came to a grassy glen, walking silently, looking to see and not be seen. There was a hollow between two hills, crossed by streams and shaded by pine trees, where the maidens were sitting happily working out little tasks. Some were winding us, there was the tent room said to our guide, "From where I stand, I can't quite make out those imposters, those natives. But up on the bank, where I was about to call upon, I could get a good view of all their obscene goings on. And then I saw the stranger work a miracle. Seizing the top branch of a towering pine, he brought it down, down, down to the black ground, curved taut like a bow or a rim forced round a wheel. So did the stranger force that pine tree down to earth. No mortal could have done it. Then he sat flanking upon the branch, and let the tree go straight up through his hand, gradually, gently, less than unseat the rider. And up the tree rose to the sky with my master crouched on top. And now the maidens saw him more than we saw them. Still, he was not completely visible on his perch. But the stranger vanished, and a voice came out of the air. It was probably Dionysus shouting, "Here he is, women! I bring you the man who mocks me and mocks my old rights. Punish him!" And as he said this, a column of fire shot between heaven and earth. Then silence fell. Silence through the woods, without the leaves, every animal was silent. Could not hear a twitch. The Bacchae got to their knees and began peering around. They hadn't fully recognized the voice. And then it rang out. And now they knew his cry. Off they shot with the speed of doves. Agave, her sisters, all the Bacchae, racing over glen and stream and jagged rock, maddened by the breath of God. And when they saw my master sitting atop a pine tree, they climbed a facing hill and began pelting him with rocks. They hurled pine bows like javelins, or used the thyrsus as a spear, yet they kept missing. Poor Candy's cloud of rage, although absolutely helpless. Finally, he started ripping off branch to rope, to use his crowbars and uproot the tree. It didn't work. Agave spoke. "Come, natives! Stand round in a circle and grip the trunk of the tree. Up there is a wild animal we must capture, or he'll broadcast the secrets of our God." With that, countless hands took hold of the pine tree and tore it from the ground. And down, 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 he fell to the ground from his high seat, yelping and sobbing. Pentheus. He was close to understanding his own doom. Agave, as traces of the slaughter, launched herself first upon him. He pulled the headdress from his head in hopes that she, his poor, luckless mother, would know him, would spare him. He touched her cheek and cried out, "Mother! It's me! I am the child you bore in the house of Eshen. Pity me, mother! Do not murder your own child, whatever his mistakes." But she was foaming at the mouth, and rolling back her eyes, was out of her mind. Bacchus had possessed her. Not by her own strength, but God made it easy. Meanwhile, Ida was working away at the other side, stripping the meat from the bone. And Atano, with the whole mob of Bacchae, attacked. It was one float of hideous sound, them gasping and groaning, them shrieking their war cry. One carried off an arm, another a foot, still in its shoe. His ribs were laid bare of flesh, and every woman drenched in blood when they were playing ball with his body parts. So the corpse was lying all over the place. Some by the rocks, some in the woods, hard to made it now. Marching right down Sithra and leaving her sisters behind. Yes, she is on her way here, exalted in that dark and bloody pride, calling out, Bacchus! My partner in the hunt, my comrade in the victory. Oh, what a victory! But the trophy in her hand is her own tears. Anyway, I will get out of here before she arrives. To live and think and act within measure, reverencing the gods. This is a man's finest passion.
We dance for Bacchus. We dance for death. Pentheus' death.
Born of a snake, dressed as a woman, he took up Thyrsis and followed a bull directly down to Hades. For Thyrsis is certain death.
On the fire, women of Thebes! No gift for man, let us give cheers! The glorious victory ends in lamentation! The lovely hand screams with blood and spits your own son!
Look! See Agave running towards us! Her eyes are insane! Let us give her a royal welcome! A pocket welcome!
Oh, Bacchae! Oh, women of Asia!
Why are you shouting?
We bring from the mountains a new potential, a lovely bit of hunting.
I see. And I welcome you, dear comrade.
I caught this beast with my bare hands. Cub of a wild mountain lion. Look!
Mountain? What mountain?
Citharon! Citharon slaughtered him!
Who struck the blow?
Me! My prize! Agave the Blessed is what they call me!
Who else was there?
Cadmos!
Cadmos!
Cadmos' daughter came upon the animal after me. Lucky hunting!
Lucky indeed.
Fresh blue here. Kid. The calm. Look! See the down on his cheek. The long soft hair.
That long hair does get him an animal look!
Oh, Bacchus is wise, is he not? How wisely he drove the Maenads upon this beast!
Yes, he is a hunter!
Do you praise me?
Yes, I praise you!
And soon, the men of Thebes
Not to mention Pentheus, your son!
will praise his mother, who caught this lion cub, this wild thing!
Extraordinary cat!
Extraordinary experience!
So, you're happy?
Overjoyed! It was magnificent! The day, the hunt, the spectacle, magnificent!
So show your prize to the people then! Show your catch, you poor woman!
Oh, citizens of beautifully towered Thebes! Come! See my catch! We daughters of Cadmos hunted and caught this wild animal, not with javelins, not with nets, but with the slender fingers of our own white hands. What do they work now? Your boasts, your useless weaponry. We took this beast barehanded, tore it from limb. Where's my father? Where's the old man? Let him approach. Pentheus, my son, where is he? I want you to set him a ladder against this house and nail this head to the roof beam. My trophy, my lion. I want him myself. I want him myself.
Me, servant! Bring the thing here! The thing that was Pentheus. Bring it in front of the house. I had to search for his body all over Sithra and the rocks, the trees. The pots were scattered, lost. I found them and made a pile. It was hard to do that. Why did I go back up there? because I heard of my daughter's monstrous act. I had already returned to town with Tiresias. I went back up to the mountain. I carried my child back. Maynard had killed him. I saw Ino and the Tonnery up there, still ecstatic, raving in the oak trees. It was pathetic. And then someone told me of Bacchae on her way down the street, dancing delirious. They were right. Looking at it now, it's no pretty sight.
Father! Now, you can boast you have the best daughters in the world. I mean all of us, but especially me. I left my Luger weeding to go out to bigger game, to hunt wild beasts with my bare hands. I have one here. Look. I hold this trophy. Take it, Father. Hang it up. Show your friends, throw a banquet. Show off my prowess. Because you know you are a blessed man. A blessed man, Father. Oh, what a family of achievers we are.
Oh, grief without measure. I don't know how to look at you. Your poor butchering hands. The sacrifice you offer the gods. What a banquet you have in mind. Oh, and you wish to invite all Thebes. To invite me too. Your sorrow. My sorrow. Your sorrow. Yes, certainly. Treats us with justice, but the god goes too far. Bromius, our destroyer. Bromius, our family.
Well, aren't you grumpy? Old age is like that, always scowling. Wish my son were more like me, lucky in the hunt when he goes out after game with the young men of Thebes. All he cares about is making war on gods. He is a bit of a fortune from you, Father. Let's have a call him out here so we can witness my good fortune.
Oh, pity. You can see what you've done, the pain will fall. Stay in this ignorance forever and you'll be unhappy. But you won't know it.
Unhappy? Why? Something wrong?
First, look up. Look at the sky.
Nicer than before, sort of glowing.
Does it look normal or is it changing?
It's glowing.
And then fluttering inside you. You still feel that?
No. Not sure. Coming back into my own mind somehow, my thoughts are moving, shifting, breaking up.
Can you answer me? Can you speak plainly?
I've forgotten what we were talking about.
Whose house did you go to when you married?
Eshon's. You gave me to Eshon. One of the stone men, as they say.
And what child did you bear to your husband then?
Obvious.
What head that did you hold in your hand now?
A lion's head. So the husband told me.
Look at it now. Just take a moment. Look straight.
I see. What is it I have in my hands?
Look. Understand.
I see unimaginable pain.
Does it look like a head of a lion now?
No! I am holding the head of Pentheus!
Born by me long before you knew who he was.
Who killed him? How did it come into my hands?
Truth is an unbearable thing and its timing is bad.
Tell me! My heart is leaping out of me!
You killed him! You and your sisters!
Where? In the house? Some other place?
There's a dog called Ashley in the park long ago.
Why did the poor boy go to Mount Cicero?
With lots of thoughts in your fucking
Me? What was I doing up there?
raving mad! The whole city was mad with Bacchus.
Dionysus destroyed us. I recognize it now.
He was outraged by your hubris. You denied he was a god.
Where is the dear body of my son, Father?
I had to gather the pieces myself.
You fitted the limbs together so it looked decent.
See for yourself.
His body! His dead body! This is my son! This is my son! This is what I did! Oh, my Mama's not. It's his late. His head is covered me. I put him puppy in the grave. He deserves that. I do not believe that my son had any share in my folly.
But it wasn't like you. He denied the gods and so joined us all together in single ruination. You, himself, our house and me. I never had sons myself, and now I see the fruit of your womb, woman, dying the worst death possible right before my eyes. You were the light of our house, child. The son of my daughter, you held it together, and when we tell to the city you were. No one dared insult me once they saw your face. You make them pay. Now I'll be an exile, living from home and countless the great who sowed the human race and reap their harvest. Oh, my beloved, I know you are dead, child, but still I hold you my most beloved. No more you touch my face of me, and do you say to someone, like you, old man, to someone disrespect sex, or make you sad? Tell me! I'll punish you. No, I am still tomorrow now. You are not one. Don't follow me. It is forever. If anyone here despises the demonic, look upon this boy's death and believe in God.
Feel your soul, Papa! Your brother's punishment was justified and God did it for you!
Father, here is my life turned upside down.
I am the man triumphant! You had all the chance in the world to worship me, and you squandered it! That was unwise! Now you must leave this city and go among strangers. You are defiled, and you insulted me! You said that I was the son of a mortal man! Now learn! Learn! You murderous woman! Learn what kind of God that I am! And you will turn into a snake, and your wife into a savage serpent, and you and she, as the oracle foretells, will lead a barbarian army in the sacking of cities
and the laying waste of shrines, and then journey miserably home. Oh, but Ares will save you and translate you alive to the land of the blessed. And I say these things not as the son of a mortal man, but as the son of Zeus. Had you known how to live within reason, then you would be prospering now. And the son of Zeus, your ally.
Hear our prayer. We did wrong.
You learned too late. Far too late.
But the retaliation is too much.
I am a god, and you insulted me.
But God should not resemble humans in their anger.
My father Zeus approved all of this a long time ago.
It is decided, oh man, alas! We go into exile, into despair.
Exactly. Why then delay?
Oh, my child. Evil is where we are. You, your sisters, and I am to make my way a stranger in strange lands, and to live as a snake, and to lead an army against the altars and tombs of the Greeks. I will find no release from my misery, not even by sailing down the river of death to peaceful oblivion.
Father, I'll go into exile. I'll never see you again.
Why do you wrap your arms around me, poor child, like a young swan with its white-headed father?
Where will I go? I have no home.
I don't know. Your old father is not much help.
Farewell, my house. Farewell, my city. I am leaving you now. The absolute pain of exile.
Go.
I grieve for you, Father.
And I grieve for you too, my okay, and for your sisters.
It's a terrible, terrible torment Lord Dionysus has brought against our house.
Tell me what you did to him. You took away the honor of his name in Thebes.
Farewell, Father.
Farewell, my dear, darling daughter. But you are beyond faring well.
Lead me away to my sisters, to the place of pitiful exile. May I never go near Cithaeron again, never set eyes on it, never see a Thyrsos. May I never remember a moment of this. Leave the Thyrsos to the Bacchae.
Many are the forms of the demonic, and many are the surprises wrought by gods. What seemed likely did not happen. For the unexpected, God found a way. That's how this went today. That's how this went today. Woo! I got it.
Okay. Hey, I'll give back my car.